All right, dog, come on. I'm getting a truck. So, I just had surgery last week, and so this week's video is kind of just impromptu. Let's see. Get in there, dog. Look at that. Jumps right up in there. So I'm thinking of planning. I can't lift more than 10 pounds, so there's not a lot that I can do. But I can't even get this concrete out of here. Damn it. Had to get the boy to come do that stuff. I got some tools back here. I need some cleaning up I can do. I got to take these little metal brackets out right here. I got to pull those out. I already took these out a while back. So I have a bench seat, of course, that goes in here and sits back here. And then I got these two seats, so they match. Those two seats and the bench seat match. I'm thinking what I want to do, because the dog won't get up in these. These need to be recovered anyway. And I welded these up a long time ago and made these brackets, and it bolts into the back here, and then it bolts in down here. And I welded stuff up to the bottom of these, so they're nice and solid. They ain't gonna fall out or go anywhere, but I'm thinking I might come back and cut this off. I can probably still use this somehow. I want to cut these off. I think I want to move these seats to the front seat. Then come in and take those brackets or something and weld me up something in here and put the bench seat in the middle. That way the dog, when we're going somewhere and I have to lay on the floor, he can sit on a bench seat and look out the window, because he likes to look out the windows. What would you think, dog? You want to do that? You want a bench seat? He does. So the question is going to be, will these mount? Because the height from the mounting surface to the seat is about the height of this can, bottom of the seat, somewhere in there. And what would this look? Yeah, so the seat will sit a little bit higher than these seats. So they sit kind of low, to be honest with you. They're not super low, but not super high. So that's one of my plans coming up, I think, is I'm gonna switch this stuff out. I'm gonna move these seats, because I don't like these anyway. So I'll be able to get rid of this. I'll be able to take all this off. I won't have this sitting in here anymore. So the seat belts, I'll be able to get rid of all this stupid thing, right? This will disappear, and it'll clean up this entrance a little bit. Because these are integrated, of course, into the seat themselves, right? They're integrating the seat belts themselves. All I gotta do is these floor mounts back here, everything mounts good. I can weld up I'll reinforce it, put me another couple bolts in there. Move those to the front. That'll make that a little better. Need to redo that center console. But anyway, once I pull these out, move these to the front, get the bench seat put back here. It's not as wide as these, of course. So it'll move it in, maybe move it in a little bit. Somewhere in there. It's a little bit narrower because it does sit behind these. Just go look in here again. It went right to the edge. Yeah, so this sits right between these fender wells. It was tight. It was right up against the edge. So that'll move that in a little bit. Like I said, that'll be all right. I'll have the two seats. We're not hauling the whole family around in here anyway, anymore. And then I'm going to put a slide-in rack back here, so I can lay my spare tire up there, and I can pull the whole thing. Will slide in and slide out. I think that would be a good thing to do. So that'll be on the plan. So we're talking about bench seat in the middle, those seats in the front. Take the front seats out, ditch them, throw them away. Build the slide in out rack, and then I'm going to enclose a box, so the walls will be coming up here. So I got storage on this side, storage on that side. Put me a couple of subwoofer on each side. Take the 6x9s out. And I think I want to put them facing forward instead of facing out. I'll flip those up and put them in there, so that'll come down right behind that the bench seat, and the 6x9s will face forward. The subs will be back here. Maybe put an amp under it or something, I don't know. So build a sliding rack, seats, new center console. I think I'm going to put in some wood headliner Oh, it sounds weird, but I've seen it on Sub Overland. They got like a 1x4 or a 4-inch picket type thing. I don't know. It runs all the way. I like the way it looks. And then build some up against here. Retint that window. So need to build bumpers. Still need to build some bumpers. That dog is just going to stay in the truck. He's not going to get out. I want to redo these fender flares. I still got to finish painting. I need to fix my air conditioning holes down here. So I need to grind that out, weld some of this up, fix this little stuff like this. Just grinding a little bit of body work. It's not too difficult. Need to finish redoing this, paint this stuff up, repaint the chrome like I did on the other side. But I want to build fender flares. This one's broken. It's cracked and came apart right here. This is a Bushwhacker pocket flare, pocket style, I think, something like that. I don't know. And we got a hole right here, so I want to cut. And some of this just goes against the firewall. There's nothing there, and when you pull this off, it gets down behind here anyway. But I think I want to build some rock sliders. Come down the side and then re-angle this up a little bit higher, so it kind of cuts down into here right at the edge, and then I can cut some of this inner fender out, re-weld a patch here, and then angle it back some. As you know, under here, this is just this plastic thing. It's hard for me to bend down here, but this plastic part that just comes off, right? And you can weld the metal that'll go right up to here. And I'm thinking of making metal fender flares, kind of like you see them do on the Jeeps. Wouldn't be that hard to do. Build the bumper and roof rack. So, plans. A lot of plans in the mix. I've got the paint done on the front, so I blacked it out. I do like the way that looks a lot better. Got it bolted in place. I need to work on these a little bit, but make some metal fender flares that come down to that line a little bit more. Build some type of rock slider, maybe with a small step, just to make it easier to get in and out. I'm not getting younger, so I do want to go with bigger tires. What do we got? 315s or something like that? Yeah, LT 315 7017s. I want to go back to 37s. I really like the 37s. So I think I'm going to go back with 37s. I think that's a 35 or 34, 35. I don't know what that equates out to, that metric stuff. So future plans. That's what we got. Seat swap. Bench seat. So swap those to the front, put a bench seat in. That is a pretty big step. That's going to take some fabrication, a little bit of welding, making some bracketry and stuff. That's going to be fun. I like doing that. Then I can get these recovered. I do have the wires hooked up, so I can hook it up, and then I'll have the 6-way adjustable seats and all that junk, so they lean back and all that junk. That'll be cool. So I can get that put back up there. Rebuild the center console. When I move those forward, so everything is nice. So that's a big project in itself. That's one big project. Second big project, building a roof rack for this thing with lights. That way I can throw stuff on top, metal, wood, whatever. It makes it easier to carry that than it does trying to put it inside. But building an interior thing, a sliding rack. So sliding rack, roof rack. There's two separate projects, two different projects right there. Then we go, where did that damn dog go? See it in the back right there? What are you doing, stupid? We'll get it set up. I like these two, because then I can have these flip down. I got armrests up front, integrated seat belts, headrests. Bench seat can flip forward. I think it does. I think it flips forward, and I can still take it out. I want to make it where it's still removable, so if I wanted to, I could even take the bench seat out, or just flip it down and have more room. But so bumpers, of course, building bumpers, fender flares, roof rack bumpers, fender flares, inner rack, headliner, swapping out seats. That's all the pretty kind of stuff, fixing things up, getting different tires put on there, getting the 37s put on. Maybe I was thinking about building even a tire rack or carrier on the back. But if I put the tire inside, I don't even got to worry about it. If I got the slide out thing, the tire's inside. I've never carried so much stuff. Even the 37, will not take up that much room in there. I mean, it does. The 37, it'll come all the way back, you know, back here somewhere, right here to the middle. So 37 will take up, that still leaves all of this room back here for groceries, you know, whatever. Not that I go and get groceries in this often, but it could happen. I'm just rambling, trying to decide. I got to do something. I can't actually work on anything because I can't lift anything. If you saw, I had surgeries done, so that sucks. So I'm just planning. What do you do when you can't do? You think. Think about what you can do. I think I've really been trying to decide what I want to do for this. I looked on Facebook Marketplace. A guy came up with I saw a rocker board that had steps on it that I liked. It was pretty nice. He gave me ideas, but I still might just build my own. That way I can integrate the fender flares down to it, tie it all into one thing, make it look pretty decent maybe. But I don't know, you guys let me know. What do you think we should do? Seats first, do all that seat fabrication swapping. These are out of a 2000 Suburban, I think. I went to a U-Pull at junkyard at one point in time and I bought these in the bench seat. So swap those to the front. Then I have a 2000 model Suburban seats, so a lot newer seats with integrated seat belts all the way around. Put that in there. So do the seats first, roof rack, or swap some of that stuff around. I don't know. That's a lot of projects coming up. So as you can see, I'll have plenty of time. Also, I think it's a Dana 44. I'm pretty sure that is. If you guys know, hit that comment too. Let me know. Is that Dana 44? I believe it is. That's the bolt pattern it looks like. And you see it's got the wrong kind of, it does not have the flat top knuckles. So to do my crossover steering, I want to do the high steer crossover steering. I don't know. I might not even do that. It's just, I don't do real heavy duty off-roading. I live down here in the mud. I don't do mud neither. But it does have the 6-inch lift. It's got the springs, as you can see, 6-inch spring lift. That knuckle, I got the high steer arm on a control that comes up. That's what you do with a 6-inch lift. That one, of course, I can always just put the extension on and then replace that knuckle. And if I replace that knuckle, then we're good to go to do the crossover steering underneath, which leaves your, you know, your trailing, or not trailing arm, tie rod across here like that, but stabilizer stays. Or if I come up top, I can do it that way. So I don't know, I guess it would be cheaper not to do, but you still got to put I still got to get to change the knuckle out. But I probably need to rebuild this whole front end anyway. So it probably wouldn't hurt to just get a knuckle, redo all this, new ball joints. At least go with some chromoly axles in there. If I'm going to run 37s, maybe even go up to 40s. You know, I can do the high steer because you see I've got the off-road design cross member that I put in there. I've got the, I don't know if you can see them up there, the competition style motor mounts. This thing would eat motor mounts. I love those competition style. Those things are so awesome. They work great. Got the auxiliary filter for my transmission for the 4L80E. Then I got the auxiliary oil cooler. I need to do some work on that. It's dripping a little bit back there. The oil cooler's dripping. And you can see down here a little bit, if you can. See under there a little bit. That's the 4L80E transmission. Got the high torque starter. Oh, that's a 496. Of course, it's a big block. I hadn't seen that. So just kind of showing a little bit of underneath of what we're going to do. But I do want to do different with the steering. Put in a different two-wheel drive steering box. More stuff. A lot of planning to do. I know this is. Come on, dog. Come on out. Come on, buddy. Good boy. He wants to go somewhere. And I can't take him anywhere because I can't even put him on his leash because he'll pull me off. I can't pull him. I can't lift more than 10 pounds. Anyway. And then we got the, you can see, 8-lug rear, 14 bolts It's the 14 bolt semi-float. It's got the gov lock in it. So Detroit locker, whatever you want to call it. It's just one tire spins until it senses the difference and it locks them both in. So it's kind of weird how they work, but they do work. Big old drums back there. I'd like to convert that to disc brakes too. Shocks are coming soon. You've seen that, you know I need shocks. Whew. Okay, I think I'm about worn out just from walking around out here. About had it. Time for me to end it here. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit the comments, guys. Let me know what projects you think you would like to see first. I'm open to anything. I got the welder wired in. I put in a 50 amp circuit on my breaker so I can do some welding. So I want to I'm almost thinking I want to do seats first, but that may be a while. That's heavy duty. That's a lot of lifting. I still got 5 more weeks before I can start lifting anything. Monday's my first week, so I just barely got out of surgery, but I got to finish painting too. I still need to finish primering the top and the other side. That's a lot to do. And that right dog, he's started digging him a place to lay right around there. It makes me mad with that junk. But anyways, tell me what projects you guys think should be priority, what you should do first. I know I'll probably replace the shocks. That's gonna be the first thing I do, is put some shocks in there. Unless I decide to get the Bilsteins and the off-road design shock extenders, and then I got to put that in there, go with longer shocks. I may give off-road design a call and talk to them for a few things too. Right now it's planning. So what plans you think I should make? I really would like to hear what people have to say on that. I'd be curious to see. Anyway, probably ain't nobody watching this by now. If you are, I appreciate your time. You know, thanks for watching, supporting. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, notifications if you want it. It's probably going to be another week or two before I put out any kind of real meaningful video. I got to heal up a little bit more, but you never know. I may paint the other side at least. Try and turn around, paint the other side. Take that one seat out, go pick up my bench seat. We'll see what we do. All right, that's it. Take it easy, guys. See you later.